The magic continues in this Day 2 Disneyland Paris vlog. The snow has settled and the park has never looked so serene. Alongside taking in the views, I ride some more major attractions, enjoy the Christmas parade on its final day of the Christmas season, as well as grabbing some yummy grub along the way. Feel free to use the video chapters below to find the segments that most appeal to you, and with that being said, hold on to your hats and glasses, because this is the wildest ride in the wilderness. Yeehaw! Good morning, welcome to this Day 2 Disneyland Paris vlog. Yesterday was amazing. We were in the park all day for early magic time as well, and it snowed all over the park, Frontierland, Discoveryland, Main Street. If you want to see shots of that, then check out that vlog. It's still resting on the ground out there. I don't know if it's going to snow again today, but I guess we'll wait and see. But come along and step into the magic with me. We're going into the park for early magic time in Disneyland Park today, so try and get done Peter Pan's flight and whatever else is open there. It was a bit hairy then. I didn't know if the bus was going to get cancelled again. I was waiting for a good 20 minutes when it should have been there within 5, but eventually it did turn up, so all's well that ends well. The bus was going particularly slowly, but we've still got 25 minutes, and I always say it's better to arrive late and alive than never arrive at all. So fine by me that she was taking the corners slowly. Considering how snowy and icy the floor was, I need to take my own advice there. Nearly stacked it on the snow. Okay, so unfortunately a bit of a poor start there. They didn't open the security gates until 8:35 because they were busy clearing the paths. That really should have been done beforehand. I mean, they knew it had snowed. It hadn't snowed any more overnight. There's been the same level of snow since yesterday, as in just as all settled on the ground. Should have been cleared earlier. But there you go. It's now 8:45, so we've already lost 15 minutes of magic time. And now we have to wait here. And it's not moving, so it looks like they've not cleared Main Street either. So magic hour is turning into magic minute at this moment. Right, it's now 9 o'clock. Oh dear, so that's half an hour of magic hour gone. Really not good enough, because then there's that huge pile up. The queue's even bigger now. People at the back of that hotel guest, they're probably not going to get in until 20 past, 25 past. Maybe even as the main crowds are coming in. Not good. Max from the future here. I'd just like to clarify, yes, obviously it's more important that they make sure the park is completely ready. I'd much rather the park was obviously safe when it opens. It's just a shame that it wasn't done beforehand. As I said, I don't believe it snowed much more overnight. So they knew it was going to be like this. I presume it was a staffing issue, but yeah, just not the best. I mean, it's bad enough as a gold annual pass holder when I've woken up very early to get in for the whole hour, but I felt particularly bad for the hotel guests who maybe it's, you know, their once in a lifetime trip or once every couple of years trip. They've stayed at a hotel, paid for the perk of extra magic hour, and then the park's not had the park ready for the whole hour. Right, I would say go up the Liberty Arcade, because to escape the cold and the ice, but it's obviously not that icy out here now they've cleared it. So let's walk down Main Street, go through the castle and see how long it now is for Peter Pan.
They just shout in their face about it.
great admirer of Peter Pan. It was my favourite film as a boy, that and Robin Hood. But yeah, not the best from Disney this morning. It's now 20 to 10, so the park's already been open 10 minutes for main day guests. And we got done one ride. I got here at 8. Magic hour started at 8:30. Not good. From them, because also all the hotel guests got in front of me because they were already, as in security wise, because they were already in the village, they don't have to go through village security, they were ahead, so like I felt like, yeah, in that queue I was basically behind every hotel guest on park, because Buzz Lightyear didn't open on time. Big Thunder Mountains also was closed, even though it's usually open for extra amount of time, so not the best. However, let's get back to the positives. I do love Peter Pan, great ride. Just a shame it always has such a huge queue. If you're going to do it at the start of the day or the end of the day, because at least that queue moved because the premier accesses weren't coming in. Paid fast tracks don't start until 9:30. If I'd been doing that with paid fast tracks coming in, that would have been very painful. But as it was, it kept moving, the queue line. That was a good ride on Snow White. I do like that ride a lot. Although it would be nice if they make the improvements they made in California. They have a few more effects in there now and a sort of nicer finale scene. Right, apparently It's a Small World is open. It was closed yesterday because I thought maybe the water had frozen over, so I'm going to get on it while I have the chance, as it's -5 at the moment. Chip and Dale down there in some Christmas outfits.
Mag carregar Caribbea.
Eu vou tocando, eu tô como os outros, como uma capa. Vira para tudo.
Por favor, mantengan las manos y los brazos adentro de la lancha.
Love It's a Small World there, one of the all-time greats and very festive in the snow. Let's head on to Mad Hatter's Tea Party. This was closed last time I came, so excited to get back on. That was a fun ride on Mad Hatter's Teacups, or Tea Party, I don't know which one it's called. But it was so cold trying to touch the metal disc that I think my hand's sort of frozen off now in the middle there. Good, I don't like spinning that much. Dumbo's going to need more than a magic feather to be flying today. So this is what I'm talking about with Peter Pan. The queue is considerably shorter than when I joined it this morning, but because you've got Premier Accesses coming here, that is going to be longer than what I queued this morning, because it's going to be a lot more stop-start, stop-start. So definitely do it at the start of the day or the end of the day. Right, I'm going to go for a ride on Pirates to try and get warm. I filmed it in the day one vlog, so I don't think I will this time, but I'll see you afterwards. An awesome ride as ever there on Pirates, and now have a look at this, eh? Wow. Phantom Manor just then was immersive storytelling at its very best. I think I might prefer it to Pirates, which I didn't when I was younger, but it's really grown on me. Such a smartly told story, genius. If you want to see some shots from it, check out the day one vlog.
Tu t'en occupais pas. C'est l'autre, c'est Star.
Geiles Auto, guck mal.
As you would have seen in the footage, I tried to ride Space Mountain, but it did not happen, as it broke down, so they've just emergency exited everyone. That's okay, I'm actually quite hungry, to be honest. I haven't eaten since dinner last night, so I'm going to go to the Lady in the Tramp style restaurant and have a pizza. The Italian restaurant's just down this way from the castle stage, but I just thought I'd show you the decorations they've got out here. I think in the build up to Christmas, up to the 25th of December, they were doing something with that advent calendar every day. I think it was Tinkerbell or something had a little show going on, I'm not too sure. But obviously past that now, we're in January. Tell you what, I ate there at the right time. Queue's all the way back there, and there's a good bit of queue inside as well. I walked straight up to, well, not straight up to the till, but straight into a queue by the till. As for the food itself, it was pretty yummy, to be honest with you, actually. And I would say worth, well, I got it with my discount, 15% off being a gold annual pass holder. So it was about €14, 80, 85, something like that. It was €17 for that whole meal, normal price. Also, that garlic bread, really good. The butter inside it is just to die for. Really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go and try and watch the Lion King Rhythm of the Pride Land show. It's in 40 minutes. It's just in the Frontierland Theatre at the back of here, to the right of Big Thunder Mountain. I might be getting here a little too early, but I don't want to risk it after the Mickey and the Magician, seeing how busy how long people are waiting to see that show in the other park. So let's see how busy it is now. When I was a boy in this theatre space back here, they used to do a Christmas show, and it used to actually feature some of the Country Bears. Before I even knew what the Country Bears were, because I hadn't been to Florida at that point. I do miss that show a lot, and like people were ice skating, and Mickey Minnie came down a slide, like all sorts was going on in that show back in the olden days. But they knocked down that venue. It was sort of open air. It wasn't a proper venue, and then they built this Frontierland Theatre instead. I say it was open air. It was covered, but yeah, it's definitely more of a proper theatre in there now. Here's Santa Goofy meeting. But yeah, that old show used to be great, and it used to be a bit more Frontierland themed. More like a hoedown, that Christmas show. But c'est la vie, we've got the Lion King show now, and it is a good show, so let's watch it.
It is time. No!
I'd forgotten what an amazing show that is. Kiara's solo, Journey, almost produced a tear from my eye. That was very good. She was amazing. Lyrically, as in vocally I should say. The acrobatics were amazing. The lighting was great in there. I'd forgotten how great the lighting was. I had a great seat. I was quite lucky. It got there. I'd say get there half an hour before if you want to sit in the middle. Yeah, genuinely completely forgotten how great that was. It's a must do if you come to Disneyland Paris. Make sure you see that show. That's a advertised entertainment offering called Special Moments with Mrs. Claus. I haven't even got to enjoy these properly yet, but they're amazing figures this year. I don't know if they've been these ones for a few years, but they weren't these when I last came. I love these. These are great. I mean, as in when I last came for Christmas, probably, I don't know, at least 5, 6, 7 years ago now, so yeah, love those new figures. I don't know if they're new for this year is what I'm saying, but really great. Okay, we're going to parkhop to Studios. So in March we're going to be able to follow all the trees all the way down to World of Frozen, although hopefully it's going to be a little warmer than that. That being said, wouldn't it be on brand if we were down there today with it frozen over like this? Definitely subscribe if you want to see my first reactions to Adventureland and World of Frozen when that opens. I'm not going to be here opening day. Max from the future here watching how naive and innocent old Maximus was. I'm not going to be there opening day, that is true. However, I have managed to secure a annual pass preview day, so I'm actually going to be there 6 days before it opens to the general public on March 23rd, and then I'll hopefully have the vlog up on March 24th, so 5 days before it opens to the general public. So subscribe if you'd like to see my first thoughts at the preview day. But I'll be there very soon after to check it out and review it for you guys. I am very, very excited to get behind the wall. When you go single riders on Avengers Assemble Flight Force, you get this great view of the Quinjet, which you don't get from the other queue lines.
Hands, arms, feet and legs inside the vehicle.
I do like Avengers Assemble Flight Force. Its launch is punchier than Space Mountain's, because Space Mountain's obviously needs to slow down at the top of the crest. But yeah, it's still not as good overall as Space Mountain, as in Hyperspace Mountain. Definitely the winner in that battle. It's just more of a sense of adventure on Hyperspace Mountain. The music's a little more kind of like, yeah, let's get it. Yeehaw! And like some of the lighting on Space Mountain just looks much better than on Avengers Assemble Flight Force, but It's okay. I like it, as I said. It's fine if you can get on quickly in single riders. Flight Force is good fun.
Da hinten dann machen, ne?
Da beim Teppich, hier der Teppich. Ich hab's nicht mehr. Es geht nicht mehr.
It's always very exciting seeing that diorama of what's to come for the future of Walt Disney Studios, which is almost here as it turns to Disney Adventure World. 29th of March, you've got the new Frozen area, the Frozen ride in there, and a Rapunzel little flat ride, little teacups type ride. Then there'll be a wave swinger and a Lion King area down the line. With a third, currently unannounced area at some point, but rumoured to be Avatar is the strong rumour at the moment. Crush looks a long way from the EAC now. And Lightning McQueen and Mater certainly also look a long way from Route 66 at the moment.
I am Buzz Lightyear with an important message from Star Command.
Cars road trip is done for the day. They're not bothering to clear the snow path for it. Although it's great to see, I mean, with the redevelopment of studios into Disney Adventure World, they wanted to put loads more trees and greenery in the park. And it's looking like it's going to look good when we get that Adventure Way open and there's more trees, snow covered like this. Will be great views around that lake. Oof, reckon it'll be a bit chilly up there at the moment. I think I'll give that a miss for now. I was a naughty boy. I bought the Donald Duck fleece. It was €50, so €42.50 with annual pass discount, which will be what, about 38 quid, which I think is pretty good for what is quite a good quality fleece from what I can tell on the fluff on it. And most importantly, all the patterns, or not the patterns, the Donald Duck face and the little D, established 1992, embroidered. I only buy merch if it's embroidered. What I was really hoping to get this trip was a clapperboard with Walt Disney Studios, That's a Wrap sort of branding, that brand line you saw the t-shirt I just showed you. Unfortunately, not there. So I'm guessing it's sold out, which is a shame, as would have liked that. The only thing left I could see in that kind of line was the t-shirts. T-shirts aren't embroidered, it's like a weird kind of, how's that, like a plasticky kind of material as opposed to it just being normal transfer, but yeah, I always worry about those in the wash, so I'm not sure how long they'd survive. The Christmas parade is starting in about 20 minutes or so. Saw it yesterday with the snow coming down in front of the castle, which was very magical, but I was quite far away, so I didn't get to see any of the characters on the ground, so let's try watching it again. So, those of you who have seen some of my other videos will know I have this Phantom Manor poster. I actually just uploaded a TikTok. Play TikTok on screen, Max. Yeah, this poster, for context, that size of it is about the size it is over my bed. So, and I've got a big Phantom Mountain one as well. So that shows you they were big, the ones I bought. They were very expensive, what I got from Disney Village, sent to my home. But they are good, big quality. quite liked that little Christmas parade actually. Although it's not, so there's another showing in the evening when it's dark, but I don't really think the lights on there would be impressive enough to justify me seeing it again today. Like when I was in Tokyo, their Main Street Electrical Parade was insane, when the floats were just covered in little LEDs everywhere, which a lot of the nighttime Disney parades are, but the Tokyo one in particular was fantastic. So I don't feel any particular need to go back for that, because that will just have some nice lights on it, I bet, but not incredible. Highlights, seeing the princesses in their Christmas costumes, and the Winnie the Pooh characters as well. But I will say, the floats themselves weren't that impressive. I don't think. Not really. They were okay, but not many of them either. Oh, and the other thing I didn't really like was the fact that the dancers all looked the same. They were in the exact same costume, that kind of golden with the wings sort of costume. Yeah, that didn't really do it for me, but hey ho. Casey Jr.'s apparently open, so let's give that a go. To clarify, I didn't mind the golden costumes, but I'm saying all of them shouldn't be in the same costumes. There should be more variation. He's not letting us get down to Casey Jr., he's blocking off the path. So... oh no, well, do we go that way? Hang on. Well, that's annoying. I would have liked a snow ride on there, but hopefully it'll be open again tomorrow for the final day.
Llegar al castillo de Pizzeria.
Couldn't go up there today at the end for nice views over Fantasyland, unfortunately, but understandable considering it's a bit of a death trap trying to navigate those staircases at the best of time without ice on them. But always fun. Alice's Curious Labyrinth. Love that little walkthrough. That was a bit of a dud, wasn't it? As soon as it started, the music stopped. So it was a bit awkward. Just shows you how much themed audio makes a difference on those kind of rides, on any ride really. I was sat there going, this is a bit boring, but usually I'm like, well, this is a jolly old time when the music's going from the organ. Well, it's a fake organ, but you know what I mean. How very bizarre. As you just saw in that footage there, it started as in he was roaring and then it stopped. I don't know what's happened to Fantasyland's audio tracks, but very weird. Usually that's a highlight of mine, going underneath the castle to see the dragon. But yeah, yet again, once the audio's gone, the illusion's ruined, you know? Just a robot moving his head. It's only a dragon once you add the audio as well. Oh my gosh, right there, that kid There's a mum and a dad filming a kid. They've got him a Mickey beignet. They've given him a candle with the number 3 on it. They've sung him happy birthday 3 times, and he's had to blow out the candle every time so she can make a TikTok or something. Isn't that child abuse? What is going on? She keeps saying to the dad, no, one more time, we've got to get it right. And the kid's just there, like, almost setting fire to his little Parker. What on earth? I mean, I know I'm one to talk, now I'm trying to be a content creator, but I'd like to think I wouldn't put my kids through that. God forbid. I mean, he must just be so confused, like, does this always happen? Because maybe it's his first kind of conscious birthday, you know what I mean? Like, you only really begin to start to remember stuff around that age. And he's like, so this is how it happens, eh? You just keep blowing it out again and again and again. Okay, so jump cut to Walt Disney Studios. I'm going to see Mickey and the Magician in a minute. It's at 5:30, that's 35 minutes away. But I'm going to ride the flying carpets first. It looks like it's a lot easier to get into this show than it was the earlier shows in the day when I tried yesterday. So I definitely recommend coming to the last show of the day, maybe the second last. I don't know how busy that one was.
Utilisez le levier en avant du tapis.
Vers l'arrière, appuyez sur le scarabée magique au 2e rang. Venue à bord. Veuillez baisser la barre de sécurité.
So, just came out of Mickey and the Magician. That was pretty good. Do like that show. No filming allowed in there. I presume because a lot of the sets are low lighting. A lot of the magic tricks are dependent on you not seeing exactly what's going on. I was in the second row, and I still don't know how a lot of those tricks work. Very impressive. Some of them I could see from up close, but some of them I still go, I don't know how you've done that, but I'm impressed. The vocals as well. There was another Rafiki in there who was fantastic, just like the Rafiki this morning was very good as well. I'd say both shows are worth doing, both Mickey and the Magician and Lion King Rhythms of the Pride Land. I think Lion King's more impressive as a spectacle, but Mickey and the Magician's more of kind of a sweet, like, character-oriented show. Right, apparently there's some sort of Doctor Strange show in Avengers Campus, which started 3 minutes ago, so let's see what that is.
Riley, d'où provient cette menace? Dis-moi tout ce que tu sais dessus, n'importe quoi. Je pense que tout ceci te semble familier. Qu'est-ce que tu m'en penses?
The parlor tricks taught at Kamar-Taj are useless here, Strange. This isn't my brand, but it is, however, witchcraft.
L'Avengers Campus est maintenant affecté à 80%.
In a given space, only the witches who cast the runes can use their magic. Thanks for the lesson.
apologies, I have not spoken to you in a while. I rode Tower of Terror, got a front row, that was good, and then I didn't have much time left, so I quickly got to Avengers Assemble Flight Force. That was fine as ever. It's okay, not as good as Space Mountain as I said earlier today. I will say as well earlier today, I said the music's not as heroic. It is still heroic music, I do love the score for Avengers, but the Star Wars one just gets me going when I hit the brake run. And then I did Web Slingers as well. I like that ride. I like the fact that when you do this, you can shoot panels and fling them around. Instead of just shooting the bugs, you can actually interact with the environment, so that's very cool. Let's hope there'll be loads more pretty lights like this when Adventure Way and World of Frozen opens. They're testing lighting packages down there on World of Frozen. Maybe the nighttime show. Can you see the mountains going different colours? Yeah, I wonder what that's for, if that's for the nighttime show or if that's for just the lighting package in general for something else. Wow, wow, wow. Exciting, we'll find out soon. So that's a wrap on Studios there. Going back into the main park now. A bit crazy, Studios closes at 7 at the moment and the main park's open till 10, but I'm not complaining too much. I'm glad at least the main park's open till 10. Usually it's like this closes at 8, next door closes at 9 job, so till 10's a good compromise. So everyone was waiting for the final Christmas tree lighting of the season, because today is the last day of the Christmas season, and this announcement just happened that it's cancelled. And so ends the Christmas season here at Disneyland Paris. What a way to go. Okay, I'm starving. We're in Fantasyland now. We're going to try Chalet de la Marionnette. I don't know if I got that right. The Pinocchio restaurant. The half chicken there, pretty good, pretty good. A little bit of kick to it actually, nothing which would make like a person who hates spice not be able to have it. But yeah, a surprising little kick to it. It wasn't just a plain Jane. Yeah, also relatively juicy on the inside. I'm not much of a sauce person, so that means a lot to me when a chicken's juicy and you don't need to have a sachet of sauce. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'd eat there again, but not one of my favourite Disney foods there. But a cute little restaurant, love that restaurant. As in the decor. The restaurant is just there. It borders Fantasyland and Adventureland, so let's ride Pirates to let my food go down. Oh, before I forget as well, the half chicken was €17 without annual pass discount. That's a meal with the drink and the fries. This is why you leave Pirates for the end of the day. Well, in fairness, you can get on it pretty quickly throughout the day. It's such a people eater.
Santé, mes amis. J'écarte déjà.
On va se lever et sortir du côté gauche.
Blimey, it's chilly tonight. This -2/3 is not letting up. -5 earlier, even worse. Big Phantom Mountain still got a bit of a queue, so let's do Phantom.
Also was wir nicht probiert haben, war den
All this cold has got me very excited for when summer comes around and I'm back riding the Molly Brown. Obviously I had that wintry ride on it yesterday, but it'll be nice to be on the top deck and enjoy the sun when that time of year comes swinging around. I won't take you guys in as I took you in for a POV last night, but yeah, very excited to get back to discover the secrets of the manor. So Big Thunder's saying it's 75 minutes, which I think is maybe true, even though the queue doesn't look that long, because I think they're running a severely reduced amount of trains. I was watching the mountain for a while from Phantom Manor, and yeah, nowhere near going out as usual, many as usual, so I don't know if that's to do with the ice or something, but it was running perfectly yesterday, so I'm not too sure. So I'm going to give up on that, ride that in early magic time tomorrow, and go to Discoveryland instead, as have 45 minutes till the fireworks. Looks like the snow's been slowly knocked off of Space Mountain, so glad I came into this area earlier to capture some footage of it when I had the chance, when it broke down on me. Space Mountain is saying 45 minutes, so let's go for Star Tours. Old Reliable's always on a short queue at the end of the day. I love Star Tours, and I was the Rebel Spy. I've never been the Rebel Spy before, and they said, you've got a Rebel. It was Darth Vader. He was like, you have a Rebel Spy on board. It showed my picture, and I put my hands up as if to say, like, sorry guys, and I got a laugh, maybe two, and I thought, this is the greatest moment of my life. This is such an epic gamer moment. God, I'm sad. But that is what Disney's all about, those little magical moments. I was like, gosh, I'm on this mission, you gotta save me guys, I'm the Rebel Spy, and they did. Thanks team. Oh, also for the Star Wars nerds out there, I got the new Ahsoka scene. Sorry, as I was saying, I got the new Ahsoka scene. And she says to R2 at the end, nice to see you again R2. And I actually got a little emotional #Clone Wars reference.
La véritable magie se trouve en chacun de nous. Alors, partez à sa recherche et répandez-la autour de vous.
Find your magic, embrace it, and pass it on.
Right, I'm back at the hotel. As you would have seen in the footage, I started watching the fireworks in Discoveryland. I don't know if I told you, I had a ride on Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast after the last ride on Space Mountain, because I managed to just sneak it in and I was the only one on there. So I'm going to make a TikTok about that because I filmed a TikTok about me being the only one saving the galaxy. Yeah, so I did that, came out, had my usual spot in Discoveryland, realised there weren't any drones or any fountains going, so the show is a lot less impressive without those drones being in that spot. In that spot, you're very close to the drones, you can see the projections on the castle, the fountains are right there in front of you, got the fireworks, great spot. Without any of that, and they just had fireworks, nothing else, not the best spot. So I decided to leave there, went back to the front end of Main Street, which is the back end if you see what I mean, but you know what I mean in the footage you've just seen, so I could see the projections on the side of the buildings again, and that was great. Yeah, and then fireworks for the finale with the projections as well. I love the projections, and they've got loads of cute characters at the end, little cute character scenes sort of celebrating the magic of Disney. Yeah, that show's really growing on me. I think my new strategy moving forward is going to be start in Discoveryland, so you can be close to the drones, the drones are mainly in the first half of the show, right? So be in Discoveryland for that half, see all them, and the fountains, etc. Then when We Don't Talk About Bruno is on, use the Discovery Arcade to go to the front end of Main Street where I finished watching them tonight, so I can enjoy the projections, because after We Don't Talk About Bruno, and I don't really care about that song in that show, it's okay, you know, I'll have a little whatever, but it's not my favourite song in the show. So if I walk down during that, get back to the front, and then there's basically no more drones at that point, so there's no point in being in Discoveryland to be near the drones, then I can enjoy the projections of Dos Oruguitas, because that's a beautiful section in that show, the projections on the side of the buildings, with all the petals. And then also I'll be able to have the fireworks and the projections for that finale. So I think that's my new strat moving forward, which maybe I would recommend to you guys. Give it a go. This is now a random interjection, just I forgot to say as well. Another great thing about being at the front end of Main Street is you are ready to leave the park first before everyone else. So another great thing about being that end when the time comes. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching another day with me. I feel like I've not been that interesting on this trip, or funny, or fun. I apologise if that's the case. I feel like I've come down with a bit of a cold after the F-telling. I've been in too much snow. It's been very magical, but I'm looking forward to more mild conditions, hopefully, when I get back to the UK. Although I don't know, maybe it's even worse in the UK at the moment. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We've got one more day left, day 3 tomorrow. I'll be taking the train back to the airport in the late afternoon, but we've still got like a relatively full day, so please subscribe if you'd like to watch that one, and I will see you then.